Hey, what's up, guys? This is Dubs, and I'm proud of ourselves. We could be consistent in our episodes. Welcome back. Good morning, good evening, wherever you may be. My name is Matt, and
This is C-Dubs.
C Dubs has a treat for us today. But we just want to talk about because you may be seeing this after we record it. Um, what about the eclipse yesterday? It was so beautiful.
Yeah, I got to see a bit of it from where I was.
And it's crazy because I'm gonna be honest with you. Me and my wife kind of thought like, oh, it's gonna be boring or whatever else. I literally seen the moon do the crescent shade. I seen the whole totality thing, and it went literally dark, and it was beautiful and scary at the same point. I was like, what if this actually happens if the sun stops shining? Just think about it. I noticed that it was really cold though after the moon had blocked the sun completely.
Yep.
And I actually seen Jupiter and a couple of other planets. So let's just get into our story today. So today we're going to be talking about delicious in dungeon. Okay, as I'm saying it the right way.
Yeah, but it can also be referred to as Dungeon Meshi.
Dungeon Meshi. So for all you Japanese people like me who likes to watch it in sub, my friend here likes to watch it in dubs. So I'm gonna let him talk about it a little bit because he has a little bit more knowledge on it. So C Dubs, can you tell us a little bit about this particular uh manga series?
Okay. This manga was created by Ryoko Kiai and was published in Enterbrain's Harta manga magazine. The anime was released in January 2014, animated by Studio Trigger, and was directed by Yoshihiro Miyajima, who has worked on Little Witch Academia, Brand New Animal, and Cyberpunk Edge Runner.
Oh, he worked on My Hero Academia?
No, Little Witch Academia.
Oh, okay. I'm about to get me excited here because I was like, okay. So what can you tell us particularly what is the plot of this particular anime?
So the plot revolves around a deep dungeon that goes down for many levels, where it's believed that there is an ancient lost kingdom below. The plot follows a group of adventurers, Raylos, played by Damon Has, Marcel, played by Emily Rudd, Chi Chunk, played by Casey Mongila, and Senshi, played by Su Wong Cho. Leos is basically the group's fighter and knight, and he's trying to save his sister Phelan, who had teleported them out of the dungeon after getting caught in the mouth of a red dragon. And basically, the goal is to try and get down below to the level where the dragon sleeps before she is digested, which will take several days. He's joined by Marcel, their mage, Chi Chunk, their halfling rogue and trap disarmer, and later joined by Senshi, a dwarf who seems to be an expert on cooking monsters, which is where the uniqueness of this series comes in, as in order to make their trek through the dungeon easier due to losing all their supplies and money, they decide to start feeding on the monsters and ingredients that they find throughout the dungeon.
I have a question I need to ask you because I'm looking at some of the anime, some of the animation. Does this kind of remind you of Lord of the Rings, or something like that, like Dungeons and Dragons, or?
Yeah, it definitely is definitely heavily inspired and paying homage to that whole Tolkien aesthetic that was homaged by and incorporated into Dungeons and Dragons, as well as just general fantasy as well.
So my question is I know that you haven't been able to kind of watch a lot of the episodes. What do you think of the manga so far?
I think manga is pretty good. It has a very nice, lighthearted appeal, and the characters are very, very likable. And it definitely anything that involves food in anime definitely has a lot of appeal for me. Anime just has a way of animating cooking and food prep and making like any dish look delicious, even if you're not personally a fan of it.
Okay, so I don't know if this is the character's name, but I'm just reading. It says a tall man and woman who was kidnapped and turned into a beast man when she was 6 years old. So
Yeah.
have you met this character yet so far?
No, she doesn't come in until later in the manga and hasn't been adapted to the anime yet.
Okay, so I do actually. So it's a woman man or something like that.
She's it's hard to
It's hard to explain.
I'm not too knowledgeable as I'm still like in the early parts, but I think it's basically just the name of her race.
Okay. I'm just. This is what I'm just reading from what the plot is. But I'm looking at it and I'm looking that, like you said, it does have a lot of elements of stories that are like Lord of the Rings or and I'm gonna be honest with you, it kind of reminds me also of I don't know if you're a fan of the Five Deadly Sins. You know how it takes place in medieval time. It has
Yeah, I've seen like bits of like Seven Deadly Sins. It's that series is heavily inspired by like Arthurian and other like medieval European folklore.
and it's crazy. I mean, they actually have a character on there. His name is Arthur. I'm supposed to be like King Arthur, and a character named Merlin on there. So it kind of gives me, when I'm looking at it, it gives that whole medieval thing because, like you said, it's in a dungeon, it's in a dragon. So, from your opinion, because I know you can't really, it wouldn't be fair to ask you what your opinion is, particularly right now, because you're still kind of investigating right now. So far, if you were able to give it a rating, and I'm not going to judge you on it because you just started watching it.
I think I give it a solid 7. So far, it definitely has a lot of nice artwork and animation. Like I said, characters are likable and well performed, and there is just something that just hits the right spot when an anime's main plot involves like cooking, especially because anime just really knows how to do like cooking and very well.
I'm not gonna lie. Every time I see Sanji cook, it's like I want that food, or I see ramen on Naruto,
Yeah.
or I see Goku and Vegeta picking out. I want to like the Food Wars. They literally have a show about cooking. It is actually really a good show. So, um, to me, this is what I love about Japanese anime and mangas is that they pretty much can turn anything into something that is good. I've literally watched Go. I've watched so many things that you wouldn't think you would be able to watch or turn into an anime, and it literally they're great storytellers. So you heard it from C Dubs. He giving it 7 dubs.
Yep.
I haven't really got into it yet, so I'm not going to be prejudging yet. But I'm gonna trust him. He's really good about suggested animes to me. It's a couple of animes that I'm watching because of C Dubs. So, is there any type of anime that you like that has literally started in like a story piece, such as like Attack on Titans, who's in a post-apocalyptic world, or maybe you like I said, the 7 deadly sins. I said 5. 7 deadly sins, where they're depicting medieval times, and there's plenty of animes that's like that. So if you have any animes that you think me and C Dubs should do a review on or should watch, because we love anime just as much as you do, please comment in the comments. Also, C Dub, if they want to hear about us, if they want us to keep going, what should they do?
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at willinghands.com and like and subscribe.
And that will be our show today. Thank you so very much.